Okay. Well, a big hello to you, Songwritersdaily. It's the 6th. It's August. It's 2013. Today's Friday. A big welcome to you to the show. The show is all about songwriting, the craft of songwriting, the how-to of songwriting, the rules of songwriting, but always, always, always mixed with you, your unique self, the thing that's beyond teaching, the thing that someone might say comes from, comes from somewhere, comes from spirit, comes from God, comes from a beam of light, comes from they don't know where. You know what I mean? That unique self. That's also a big part of this show. And so, very quickly, I want to clarify Wednesday's show. Once again, I talk in absolutes. I talk in real definites. That's how I speak. But never ever does that mean that if you do something different to what I said, it's not right. No, that's not true. I just speak in absolutes to give across an empowerment to you. But of course you will change what I'm saying or do it in your own way or interpret it differently. So last Wednesday's show on Wednesday I said, you must have one of these, you must have this lyrical moment in your song. Well, you don't have to have that lyrical moment and the song can still be brilliant. But if you're going to go that direction with that lyrical moment, that's what I was talking about. Therefore, you must have that moment when you want that type of lyrical song. Okay, that's for that. I just want to always clarify that I'm not saying there's only one way to do something. Never, ever. But I will speak very definitely to you about songwriting. Okay, now, today's show, I want to go off something that Renman said on his show, Renman MB, which I highly, 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 highly recommend. But he was saying that a songwriter has to have or a band, you're in a band, but you have to have commitment beyond reason. Beyond reason, and that's just so powerful, I reckon, beyond reason. So it doesn't have a definite plan like becoming an accountant may have. It's beyond that type of reason. And you the songwriter watching now who I'm speaking to, you've got to have that in you, and so do I. We've got to have that. We've got to believe in ourselves so much, but yet be totally open to receiving, information, points of views, thoughts. Even this show, you hear me speak and you take some of what I say and put it into your own writing. We've always got to be open to that, to other people's views, let's say, or opinions, but yet somehow totally closed all at the same time. so that we're so self-believing, because without it, you will give up, because it's just too tough. The world, just people being creative as your job, before it's your job, is so easy to think it's just not going to happen. I'm not good enough. This is never going to happen. So we've got to have commitment beyond reason. I thought that was fantastic. Now, moving on. Right now the headphones are on. This very moment I pressed pause and came to do the show because I felt, I just want to do the show right this moment. I felt inspired from what I was hearing. But what I was hearing is another show that I've recommended and recommend again is Soda Jerker. They're called Soda Jerker on Songwriting, and they're a podcast show. They're very, very good. Two English blokes who interview some of the greatest established songwriters in the world. And it's so good for you, the songwriter, you watching the show, to listen to these guys, because you get this point of view from very established songwriters just about the process of how they write songs. So I just got to finish listening to Neil Finn. That's fantastic. But right this moment I'm listening to the girl who goes under the name Rumour. And it's just great. I really relate to the way she speaks about songwriting and life and how she feels, and you know, and doubt and so on. So I really recommend that show, Soda Jerker on Songwriting. Just type it in, their podcast will come up. But she made a very good point again that I want to add into this show. I want to add into the show as part of the show, which was what I always say, which is my saying. I have M versus US, which means methods versus unique self. And when I say verse, it's not meant to be a competition. It's meant to be, we use both, and we tend to switch around from them both, but one hasn't got to beat the other. It's just that we use both of them, but we can't ever just be one of them, because they sort of, well, can't's not the right word, but you tend to miss if you haven't got both. And she made that same statement in her own words, and how I interpreted her own words was to say, she said that she writes the soul of the song in inspiration, in the moment. She's on a guitar, the soul of the song comes through, she doesn't get in the way of that process, she lets it happen, and then, once that's done and fulfilled and run its natural course, she said she then brings in the craft. And I thought that was just, I loved that she said that, because it's so true. You know, a tennis player practices and practices backhand slices because it's technique, it's method. But they also have their own unique way of playing tennis, like a unique inspiration, a unique way to react to the game. That goes for cricketers, for gridiron players, for volleyballers, netballers, soccer players, you name it. And for us too, the musician. So she then takes the soul of the song and then decides, right, should I have a middle eight in this song? I better not let it drag on too long, this section of the verse, because it'll get too absorbent. I need a chorus, you know, I need the chorus to play 3 times or only twice. Should I halve the first chorus? You know, so she uses craft. Well, that's it for the show today. I hope this serves as an inspiration or a motivator, because boy, we need, you know, motivating is very, very helpful to have every day, because it's tough. It's tough. It just is, isn't it? It's tough because it feels like everything's against us. We've got some crap job, or, you know, part-time job or career we don't even want, and we're trying to make it in songwriting. And she went through all of that as well. This girl called Ruma, she went through all that as well, and now she's got success, but she didn't for a long, long time, and she doubted for ages. So keep hanging there, keep going, watch my show. Get in touch with me if, you know, I can be even maybe serve more motivation, maybe you serve me as motivation, but sticking with the craft and people who love the craft like you do, which is myself, is a good way to keep hanging in there. It's a good way to keep your motivation and your willingness to keep going, even though nothing seems to be happening or working out for you. So I hope that's what this show's done, and I'll be back on Monday, and yeah, I really can't wait to hear from you, because it's a good feeling to know that what I'm doing is helping, and I find that out by you getting in contact with me and letting me know how it's all going and how you're going. Okay, that's it. Thank you so much. Big blessings to you. Write, keep writing. We can do this, you can do this. This is what we do. Keep going. Thanks for watching. See you Monday. Bye-bye.